Alrighty, let's dive into the self-worth meditation. What I want you to do is take a deep breath. That's right. I want you to close your eyes. Close the eyes of the person next to you. Why not? Just for fun. Close them. So you can finally let that deep breath out. Yeah. Do it now. And you can take another one in. And I want to welcome you to the self-worth meditation. Ready? I want you to take a deep another breath. That's right. Don't stutter with it. You're so worth it. See, I love myself enough to continue even after I stutter with what I'm saying. I want you to enjoy. I want you to say the words as though you believe them, right? I am worthy. By the way, hold on, open your eyes, right? Shake that off. Ready? Just because something feels nice doesn't mean it does shit. Somebody write that down. By the way, I'm all into feeling nice. I'm in the portable disposable hot tub right now. Oh, God, does it feel good. But the portable disposable hot tub doesn't manifest anything. I love Bach. I love Beethoven. I love some heavy metal even. I even listen to some rap now. Because I've decided I'm going to be a rap star on Twitter, right? I'm worthy of doing that. I love myself enough too. So I'm going to become a rap star on Twitter. All right, I'm going to share. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, man, like, how can I have fun on Twitter sharing the message? And I think that'll be fun. At least, I imagine it will be. But I want you to kill something. I want you to get rid of what doesn't matter. And people keep adding in stuff like self-worth, self-love. You don't have enough self-worth to get what you want. Rightio. See, the physical world is nothing more than a shadow. It's a reflection of what really, truly you are imagining and what you're experiencing. So I want you to imagine going to order a pizza, right? Or just a slice, right? There's a place in town here. I can walk in and say, yo, Bubba, give me a slice. And he'll give me a slice. And I'll pay him for it. See, the payment's pretty cheap and feel it real. Ready? Feel it real. Right, that's as simple as it gets. There's more to it than that, you know that. But more to it doesn't mean that there's self-worth and self-love and all that stuff. God, I'd love to know who made all that shit up. Because that's what it is. See, look around. There are people with worth issues that are worth a lot of money. There are people with self-love issues that, you know what, they've got relationships with who they want to have a relationship with. And people tell me, well, I don't understand what my problem is. Your problem is that you're not giving life to your possibilities. As long as you're problem-oriented, you're going to find more problems to give life to. We talked about this. Problems, for most people, are nothing more than proof they exist. I have problems, therefore I exist. I have problems, therefore I can tell someone, I'm not worthy. I need more self-love. And then the poor unsuspecting sucker sitting next to you says, oh no, you are so worthy. I can't think of anyone more worthy of self-love than you. See, let's let go of this whole self-worth thing. Because Neville didn't teach, if you're worthy, you'll get it. Right? That's like saying, if you've learned your lessons, you'll get it. You see, I ask people, what do you mean by self-worth? And they say, well, like, I'm not worthy. So why wouldn't you be worthy? And say, well, because of who I've been, what I've done. So you're letting your past determine whether or not you get what you want. You see, Neville Goddard taught there's one cause, and that's your imaginal act. And I notice people blame all kind of things. Right? The reason why I'm poor is because my family's always been poor. And I say, right. See, I got a buddy. He used to be a redhead. He's not anymore. He's old. And I love him. He's a great friend, but he's no longer a redhead. And it's like saying, once a redhead, always a redhead. Right? Once fat, always fat. See, you can imagine sleeping in, and you can enjoy sleeping in if you imagine enjoying it. But if you go, right, say, I'm going to imagine sleeping in, but I'm not going to imagine enjoying it. And since I'm not imagining enjoying it, what can I blame not enjoying it on? I can blame it on self-worth. I'm not worthy of sleeping in. Some people aren't worthy of getting up early. So you could imagine sleeping in, but not imagine enjoying it. And then you could blame it on lack of self-love. If I loved myself more, I could sleep in more. See, other people will use self-love for the opposite. They'll say, well, if I loved myself more, I could get out of bed and do something. But I'm not worthy of self-love. See, it gets all confusing, all weirded out. And this is when people tell me, I'm listening to the Neville Goddard self-worth meditation. I put it on loop for 18 hours a day. And I say, cool, let me ask you a question. My whole Joseph Goddard thing, before I get out of bed, I imagine up 5 to 10, 6 to 12 wins. Specific events of today that I know are going to go my way. I've got a coaching call with someone lovely shortly. Doing a couple podcast episodes, putting up some videos, answering some emails, taking the dogs for a walk. See, these are things that are typically in my day. And granted, there are some big events too. When Victoria bought her car, right? She got a new Bimmer. See, I imagined her happy with it the day that it arrived. See, specific events of my day having gone my way aren't just little things. See, I love that criticism. Well, Mr. 20, if you had more self-worth and more self-love, you'd imagine up bigger things every day. All right, let me get this right. So because I don't have much self-worth or self-love, according to you, me imagining up walking the dogs isn't a big deal. What should I do? Imagine walking elephants? You see, that's called ridiculous. Blaming your failures on a concept is ridiculous. What is self-worth? What is self-love? People tell me the weirdest things. And it almost always comes down to imagining some shit about your past is still true in your present, and it's going to be true in your future. In other words, it's called sloppy imagining. I'd rather you be an intentional, active imaginer. That's one of the master states. I've got 7 of those that we've developed. Anyway, I want you to be an active imaginer. That's number 1. Number 7, by the way, is the state of adventurer. Because a lot of people, they settle for answers. Yep. I got the answer. See, the answer is where the adventure begins. See, I'm telling you, give up on these. Yeah, seriously. Are you going to really sit around and listen to some YouTube thing for 8 hours and think that's going to change your life? Because you didn't listen to a YouTube video for 8 hours to get fat. I am getting fat. I love getting fat. I am worth getting fat. Right? You didn't do that. You didn't walk around chanting it either. You didn't make a vision board. I've lost about 20 pounds recently. Right? I'll have to take some photos. Because I just changed what I imagined. I imagined some shirts and pants feeling loose. And it's shocking how fast things change. I didn't bother going, do I love myself to get thinner? Am I worth getting thinner? One more. When you get the worth that you truly are, here's how you get it, by the way. Go play. Dive deeper. Use the tools. Stop blaming things. The Girls Giggled Manifesting Mastery Course, Lesson 1. Think about it. Some people would say the young boy turned around because he didn't have enough self-love. If he had more self-worth, when the girls giggled at him, he would have kept going. He would have persisted, and they would have, kissed him and stuff. Rightio. The lesson, real simple. He turned around because of what he imagined as true about them, about himself. That's it. And we can explore that forever. If you want to explore more with that, with us, if you notice, we're not talking about the usual things. We're actually diving deeper, even in the podcast, even on the show, even in the articles. If you notice, we're not talking the typical stuff that we're actually playing where a lot of people don't dare to go. If you're tired, I get so tired of doing affirmations, and I get so tired of wrestling with my self-worth. Think about it, you're wrestling with a concept. All right? Here's another one. Well, if your ego wasn't as big or small as it is, see, some people, they tell me you need a bigger ego. Some people need a smaller ego. Some people need to have their spiritual ego get out of the way of their... I just go, right, that just sounds really fucking complicated. And I want life to be very simple and fun for you. Simple equals speedy. If you got gold, let's make this one a crass commercial about manifestingmasterycourse.com, because we don't know when you're listening to this. Dream Driven Day begins on the 18th of March, 2022. 30 days of play for 30 people. But let's assume you're listening to this someday. You can always join us at manifestingmasterycourse.com. That's the 90-day adventure. They're both very different programs. If you got questions, drop me a note. Love to have a little chat with you. Because here's the deal, guys. You're real. Self-love isn't. You're real. Self-esteem, self-worth, self-love. Those are all concepts that people made up. They sound nice. But you're what's real. Have a lovely day. See ya. In dreamdrivenday.com. Ooh, that was sneaky, wasn't it? But Mr. 20, I don't have enough self-love and self-worth to get in there.